So what is OneTel?
OneTel was commenced by Jolly Rich and Black Killings in 1995, and it was one of the top 4 telecommunication companies in Australia. The company grew very fast, which had more than 2 million customers and operated in 8 countries. The company had strong ambitions and growth because of the company's aggressive nature in the business. Certain omissions and negligence brought the company's collapse in 2001.
Yeah, one of the key factors that brought the failure to OneTel was this poor corporate governance and internal controls.
Yeah, and corporate governance defined by the ASX is a framework of rules, relationships, systems, and processes within and by which authority is exercised and controlled within the corporations. In essence, this just means that in a set of rules and principles where a company is obliged to uphold in the best interest of the stakeholders, and the stakeholders are anyone who are affiliated with the company, such as the shareholders, employees, customers, and society.
However, OneTel had poor cooperative governance, which results in their failure. And the 3 areas of their poor governance were financial reporting quality, board compositions and activities, and executive compensation.
Yeah, accounting information should have warned OneTel before they has worsening operating cash deficits. However, evidence shows that the earning report of OneTel did not faithfully state these fundamental earning activities. Evidence also shows that its managing director did not keep eyes on the financial position of OneTel and have no idea of the liquidity situation of OneTel. Therefore, the financial reporting quality, including earning report, was low. In addition, it was found that in 1998 to 1999, it deferred 48 millions of expenditure and 40 millions of loss was hidden. Therefore, this audit quality was low as well.
Yeah, because of that poor audit quality, it became unqualified, and those because of the fault of the auditors, and they didn't really disclose their annual report properly. And also because the CEO had too much power over the board of directors, and because of the power over the board of directors, they became pretty much ineffective in reducing the capacity to provide effective oversight and control over the company. And a firm that has too much, has a CEO has too much control over the company would be bad in a sense it has weak internal controls, and the weak internal control is the segregation of duties, which there was no segregation as the CEO had all the power.
Also, throughout the years of the companies, the board of the directors paid out $14.2 million to the board of directors and extra bonus to the CEOs as well, ultimately omitting the payments from the financial reports. This affects the company's financial performance.
Yeah, and another reason why the company failed was because it's poor internal controls.
Yep. And
so what we learned from the case study in OneTel?
Well, we learned that a company which has poor corporate governance and poor internal controls will result in inevitable collapse, and as it would not be able to function properly in its current market, and they won't have a long future.
Yeah, so as you said, the key element to create effective internal control was the strong reporting quality and audit quality, and the effective management and full disclosure of company affairs to the board, and the balance between management cost with the corporate performance.
Yeah, and secondly, a board is less likely to detect the problems when there is a firm who has a dominant CEO, and non-executive board members should be able to make their own inquiries into the firm's strategies and performance, which will in the future help the company grow in a better way, and be able to accommodate, because the board members, they think in behalf of the shareholders, and their opinion should be able to be listened to.
Yeah, and finally, large investor in any firm must take an active interest in managing the firm instead of their self-interest.
Yeah.